Ladies and gentlemen, Duners around the world, welcome back to another YouTube video. We've got a few updates in Dune this week, but first I wanted to make sure you guys are rocked and ready for the 1 year anniversary, all the daily quests you're going to be getting. It's a whole F ton, so let's dive in and take a look at what's going on. Thank you for a 1 year anniversary, blah blah blah. You're going to get a bunch of free cosmetics. All you need to do to get those cosmetics, guys, you just gotta log into the game. It seems like there's nothing else you've got to do. It's pretty simple, straightforward. But there are the boosted progression weekends, 4 of them, 1 for each weekend. And for the first 3 of those, we're going to be refilling all of our Memnotic recollections. All the daily quests are going to be topped off to 35 on the first 3 weekends, June 12th, June 19th, June 26th. As for the timing windows on those, let's take a look here on their announcements. So June 12th, 12:45 a.m. This is Pacific time, guys. In 12 hours from when I'm recording this, they're going to be refilled. If you want to get them all done, you're going to have to log in this hour and 45-minute window to do your final 5. And you can presume that on every single day, going forward, June 19th and June 26th, you're also going to be refilled. So just keep that in mind if you want to do them all, if you really care that much. It's a lot of quests, guys. I did the math on it, and normally in a month and 30 days from, I think it starts on June 10th to July 10th, you'll have 150 quests to do, right, in 30 days. Because of these 3 extra weekends, you're actually going to have a total of 255 quests to do. So it's quite a bit, a lot of quests to be done. Like I've been saying before, guys, I used to think this was a huge burden to knock out all these extra quests. It took a long time back when I first started doing them, when they first launched these quests. But because of these, glitches, we've been able to optimize and knock out quests in about a minute or so. You can go a lot faster now. So like I was saying before, guys, I highly recommend the Wreck of the Taiki if you're going to be doing the guild disband or group sharing repeat method for these daily quests. You can knock them all out in about a minute each. Let's put on the list. Crafting one, I can knock that one out in about 1 minute 6 seconds, I think. From what I've seen, that one's a little bit longer than the other ones in the Wreck of the Taiki. The only downside of that one is, you've got these jasmine crystals you gotta harvest, and they can run out, so you might have to AFK after a few quests to get them to respawn, or just zone out, zone in. That kind of defeats the purpose of this method, but you can do that way. The other option is you just do the sandbike race mission, which is the most chillest, even though that one probably takes a little bit longer than just over a minute. It probably takes a couple minutes to do. That one can be pretty chill, more fun. That's what I did. Gathering, unfortunately, I don't think I've done any of those, so that's the one I'm not sure on, guys. Maybe you guys can do some testing. Let me know what the fastest one there is. I haven't tested those all out yet because I only leveled level 5. As far as exploration, of course, you've got the Rift Recon run. That's a great mission to do. Very easy, very quick. Just run that on repeat. Then combat, we've talked about it before, but we have a couple options there. You've got the False Flag Strike, which we've done in the past. It takes a couple minutes to do, but of course, the Taiki mission, knock that out in under a minute once you do the first one. So if you got a bunch of those, I definitely recommend Taiki for that. Sabotage, you can run the Taiki in under a minute, 50 some seconds, I suppose, once you knock out the first one. The other option with Sabotage is there's this mission in Haga Basin, the assassination of House Leandrin. Pretty easy mission. I can knock that one out in about 50 seconds. I think 47 seconds was my fastest here. You can see we're just sprinting through here. We're just using all the movement tech. I highly recommend you get 3 points in binary sprint if you're going to do this method. It's very quick and easy that way because you're going to be running through this long corridor. Your binder sprint's going to need its full duration, or you're going to run out of stamina. You can probably clear some of the mobs just to make it a little bit easier to get through and not have to worry about them crashing into them or anything like that. But it's pretty easy, straightforward 1, 2. Knock that one out real quick. So hopefully that helps you guys. You can get them all done real quick. If you care, if you don't care as much about getting these done, I just recommend maybe logging in on the 3rd weekend, because that's going to be the specialization XP where you're going to actually get double rewards for completing your quest. The first 2, the faction reputations one, it's not important, guys, right? Like most people have already got your max faction reputation. It's completely pointless at this point unless you're brand new. Then maybe that's a little bit helpful to get your overland dungeon levels up so you can do them all. But for most people, that's maxed out. Double house script rewards. I've got more house script than I know what to do with. I just buy the 25 items for augments every week, and that's really about it. Unless you need those other mats, you could spend it there. But for now, there's really no reason to spend your script except for the cosmetics, which most of us probably already have by now. But the specialization XP, that's going to be the key one there. The final week, the double overland testing station loot, obviously that's going to be great if you still need some items out of those testing labs. But that one is not going to have the Memnotic recollections reset. There's not going to be extra daily quests associated with that. You're just going to want to run your testing stations. Of course, if you want to run this quickly, I highly recommend joining the Spacing Guild to find out the most optimal paths to cheese the labs, of course. There are some fixes coming up, so we will publicize some information, I think. Because on the PTC, there's going to be some fixes. We'll talk about that probably in another video when I go over the PTC changes. But there are some fixes coming up in the next PTC, so I don't know when they're going to push that to live. I would guess within the next week or two, they'll probably push it. So some things will change in terms of doing your labs. Some will be more difficult to run, so just keep that in mind, guys. They have posted some of the notes, and we have seen some changes there. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm probably going to do another video over the dev live stream and talk about some of the Q&A and the stuff they talked about in there. We'll talk about the PTC update as well, so stay tuned for those videos, and also some videos that will be coming public now that, you know, some certain changes have been made, such as showing you guys a guide on how to set up your base for the sandbike repair glitch, because, you know, that's getting fixed, of course. So we'll talk about that in the next one. See you guys then. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace.